All right, here we go. We're starting again with a different link. Control C. We'll close that. I don't know if it doesn't work this time, I'll just go ahead and build these things and forget it. Okay, so we're going to pop the chat out. Control V, enter. All right, it's in the chat box. I'm going to go back to Stunt Hanger and modify this. Part 3, backspace, and Control V. Save. All right, if you go to Stunt Hanger at the bench, it'll say part 3. There'll be a link in there. You can, oh, shoot, modify. Delete, Control V. Save. There'll be a link in there. You can click on that. One viewer. Let me pop the chat back up to see if you can see what's going on. Pop the chat out. All right, I got the chat box open again. We're on part 3. We got one viewer. Hopefully you can get in by going to the Stunt Hanger link or going by to the chat box link. Why will that not do that? There we go. All right. I don't know, pretty frustrating when it won't work. One viewer. Come on, somebody, come in and talk to me. I guess I'm just going to have to let Rusty handle this from now on. I don't know. I forgot what I was doing. Okay, so I guess, I don't know. Ah, come on. There it is. I just glued the paper to it. Oh well. John, if you're watching, when I get back, you should have one done. I don't take long with CA, that's for sure. Two viewers. Still haven't figured out what I'm going to do for a bladder. I guess I'll make it for a pacifier and see if I can find one. Used to use a wiffle ball buried right there, but don't have one of those. So I'm going to have to make the bladder bulge like I used to before I used wiffle balls. Okay, now the fun part. That paper is just too darn coarse to do it by hand. What do we got here? I took it all to date. All the 220 went to date except for this, and it doesn't have any sticky on it. I don't have any 3M77. No 3M77. It'd be a good time to glue that spar now. Might have to do it with white glue. Kind of a big gap. The kicker up here. I think. Reviewers. You guys make it very difficult. You don't want to come in and talk to me.
Hello, Sparky.
Hey, there we go. Somebody finally.
Yep. I just got done with supper, got it all cleaned up, and I'm gonna planning my next attack. I think I'm gonna finish the Stuka.
This is my one night build.
Yeah, I was watching I watched the first one as I was getting supper ready and eating supper. Nice. Building two at once.
Yeah, more or less. I'll only get one done tonight because I don't have a bell crank with the other one, and so I'll just concentrate on the one.
What do you think the interior cockpit ought to be on this Stuka?
Light as possible.
Like more like a white.
I said light as possible.
Light as possible.
Yeah,
Oh,
like,
I'm talking about color.
you try to keep it dark.
Like more like a black or charcoal or something?
I use black a lot. Why you want to act like that?
I guess I should have researched. I don't know if they had like a green inside of them or not.
They all did, yeah. Olive drab, dark army green, whatever.
Well,
Going to the Nats this year?
yeah. Yeah, I got some unfinished business at the Nat. I sure would like to win.
About time for you to move up, isn't it?
Yep, this is my last year to try to win and be on top. And if I don't, then I'm just gonna move on up. I'm getting airplanes built up in stock now to where I can start practicing and doing the full pattern, you know. I only had 2 airplanes last year, and yeah, I wasn't going to risk them. So yeah, I got some practicing to do. What I need is every time I go out, I need someone to set out in a circle with me and call out what my next pattern is until I get the hang of each maneuver right after the other.
Well, I have a giant mess here. I've glued it to the board.
Got any parchment paper?
No. Too late now. It's already glued to the board. I'll get it up. Damn. There we go. One. I really went crazy on the glue. I didn't have a snorkel on it. It kind of puked out too much.
Yep. Yep, I've done the very same thing.
Okay. Yeah, we'll get it off. It's straight though. That's a good thing. So now we'll get the white glue. I don't think I don't have any wax paper.
Yeah, wax paper, you can see through it better than the parchment.
I like parchment paper best.
Yeah, I glued up my hurricane profile fuselage and had parchment paper laid on both sides of it. You know, I was pressing it. It was great. Nothing stuck to it. It was awesome. But my parchment paper is white and you can't see through it at all. Is this sanding too loud, too noisy?
No.
Uh,
That don't matter. That could be a problem. I just ain't gonna worry about it for now. Night bond wood glue. Yeah. I think I'm gonna have to get some water. Yeah, too thick. Ah. Give me a second, walk to the bathroom and back.
I'll hold the fort down.
Put a little water in there. Yeah, usually there's nobody comes on Saturday night.
Yeah, I've been pretty busy lately the last couple months, and I don't really have nothing to do anyway. I'd rather be doing this than just doing nothing. Better than just watching TV all the time and zoning out. Well, I got silk span on this fuselage, and I just sanded right through it on one edge.
Cover over it with a piece.
Yep. And up there, right on the top of the nose, and the first thing you see when you look at a plane, got a big wrinkle right there. Lovely.
And I'm bummed out about gluing that to the bench. I got a sand.
Yeah.
Of course, it don't matter. It's we're not building a stunt plane, but I do like my stuff to look halfway decent. Okay, so what do I want to do here? 4 viewers. Oh, these VooDo builds are tough. I want to pick this up, put it on the glass, and weight it. Great. I think the next one, we're not going to build it on this here. Just it's going to be Monopuke anyway, so what the hell. Jorge couldn't get in tonight for some reason.
Who couldn't get in?
Jorge. The Mexican guy that usually comes on, remember him?
Oh, yeah.
Well, he's not actually Mexican, he's Argentinian.
I talk to him every now and then on Facebook.
Yeah, there's so much crap. I think I'm going to build this one, and the other one I'm going to scratch build and try to make it lighter and see if they fly different.
Yeah.
I kind of think they will.
Yeah, the wing, the flight controls, the aft part of the fuselage was sanded and it was ready to cover, but that whole nose of this plane, it wasn't ready to cover yet. I'll just recover the front of the nose and use that fiberglass cloth and Z-epoxy.
Yeah.
I remember one of your videos you were saying that that's what you do to give it strength up there, and plus there's so much fuel, it might prolong the longevity of the plane.
Well, it definitely helps.
Yep. We're going to put a hold on the cockpit and get this sand and stuff and done first.
Bummer. Suppose I could try to pick it off.
No such luck. That's the way my luck is. It's got to be, boy, when it does happen, it's bad, you know. I never get the break.
Take it over there on the belt sander and belt sand it off.
Yep. Or a drum. Like a drum sander on your Dremel or something.
Not really. I had an X-Acto knife, and I don't know what happened to it.
Need to give me one more 5.5-inch aluminum block sander. That way I can have two different kinds of grit on.
Buy a 36-inch one and cut it into a 6-inch, 18-inch. No.
Oh, that's a good idea.
That way you only have to buy one.
Yeah, I've got a 12-inch and a 5.5. And then I got one of them. I got one of these big blocks, these black blocks. They're Durablock.
Yep, what I like the best.
Hey, before you put covering on a wing, do you take something like an emery board, like for your fingernails or something, and go and make sure there's no sharp edges on the cap strips?
For silk span, yeah. Details.
You just knock off the sharp edge and that's it, right?
Right.
You don't have to actually sand and do some digging.
No, just detail sand it.
getting close on the hurricane wing to start covering it here for long.
Well, I thought this was going to be a disaster, but it ain't so bad.
Good.
Took a razor blade and shaved off about 10,000. Just under the glue.
Hell, that held you up, didn't it? Hell, you could have had the wing almost done now, probably.
It is basically done.
What are you gonna do? Make your own bell crank?
Nope. I got a Fox bell crank.
Hmm.
I'm going to use in this one. If I had some phenolic, I would though.
Hey, when you got a 40 size airplane, what thickness of phenolic do you need? Like if you was to make a bell crank,
1/8 inch.
1/8 inch is plenty.
Yeah.
What happened if you go up to 60 size?
They're making them out of 1/4 inch.
1/4 inch. Okay. One of these days I'll be getting up there. But I'm like you. I'm gonna go to Amazon and buy me a plate of that stuff. Make my own bell cranks. Also, since I'm making stuff, I'm gonna make me a jig. I'm gonna make me a jig so I can bend and make my own metal tanks real fast. You know.
2 pieces of angle iron is all you need. 2 pieces of angle iron.
Yep.
Make a brick.
Yep. Oh, I'll make my jig elaborate. I'll probably put it all on a plate of steel, and I'll have everything on a hinge. You know, I'll have a little brake and everything, a metal brake set up on it. That way, if I want to make a tank, boom, you know, I'm done. Every plane, I gotta get me a tank, buy me a tank, you know.
So Mike Lonkey would come on.
Okay, now I could put sandpaper on my block now. Boy, it took a long time. Let's see. I'm gonna start out with, you got to do some reshaping. Might as well start at 220. work my way back down to 320.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Well, howdy.
Hey, Tom. YouTube wouldn't let me enter from the link on the stud hanger page. Let's see what some people are saying now. But the at the bench thread worked. That's fine with me. How good. I was afraid you were going to be finished. Damn, you're damn close, to. I'll have to go back and watch the rerun.
There ain't nothing there. I mean,
That's okay. It's just kind of zen, like watching somebody build a wing.
Okay.
And the screen keeps going black, saying that it's an error loading my apps.
well, unfortunately, I don't have any control over YouTube.
It must be something on the YouTube end.
Are they trying to get in at the bench? Rusty?
What was the question?
Are they trying to get in on at the bench?
No, I don't think so.
That's how I got in. I went right there and bam.
Well, yeah, that everybody that knows comes in that way now.
Well, I don't know what happened to my X-Acto knife. I don't know how I'm going to whittle down those tips.
That it's sitting on the magazine across the table from you?
Nope. That is an acid brush. That's the acid brush. Yeah, this VooDo is tough to build.
And between the two of you working on balsa wood, you got the screen busy switching back and forth between pictures.
Well, we can fix that. There you go.
We're locked on time. Okay.
No, you shouldn't have locked on Tom. Should have locked on me.
Yeah, you'll break something if you do that.
Don't matter. What in the heck am I gonna do here? I don't have any X-Acto knife. It's in Dayton. I had one. A pocket knife. That won't work.
No, be just as well off with a hatchet.
That's rock hard wood there.
Pass
That's
it
a
by.
that's a Carl Goldberg baseball bat leading edge.
Yeah, it is. Can a guy hollow one of them out?
Yeah. The guy wanted to take the time to do it. I don't though.
Well, I got me a new router bit, and I can do all the way up to 3/4 inch. I could do a bead, and I could also do a groove.
Yeah.
You could probably take a 3/8 or probably a 1/2 inch or 5/8 and run that right on there.
If you can get the wingtip to fit it, I mean the rib tips to fit it.
Well, you leave enough for the ribs to glue on the, a little bit.
Yeah.
Unless you mark it out and just hollow it out in between where each rib goes, like just the bay.
Right.
Let me tell you what the best way to do that this is, and I'm probably gonna do that. I'm gonna scratch build the other VooDo. Is I will mold a leading edge out of 16.
Oh yeah. Oh man. Yeah. That'd really be light.
And I'll use light wood for the ribs. I got all the patterns now. I think I'll just build one and keep the other ones for the pattern.
What's that you're working on, Tom?
Here we go.
The Stuka. I was gonna paint the cockpit tonight, but I seen that the sanding was not up to par on the nose of the aircraft. So now I'm gonna have to recover it and all. I had to sand through the covering. I don't know what the hell, how I missed that. Maybe because it was before I got this LED lighting in my shop. All kinds of stuff have been appearing ever since these LED light. I like the LED light.
You could have squeegeed some lightweight spackle on it, sanded it down.
With this?
Well, I can't tell what sort of defects you saw in it, but if it was just dings and scratches and that sort of thing.
It was the curve. Where the straight fuselage sides, and then you got your nose turtle deck on top there.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's different.
Yeah, it wasn't. I don't know how. It was really bad looking. I was like, really? Shouldn't even have covered it until that was like done. But the rest of it looks okay.
Well, you hadn't worked on it since last spring, have you?
Right. It's been a year ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually. Yeah, the rest of it looks pretty good. Just need to sand off the DC 540. It's kind of harder to sand since it's been setting all this time. It's not falling off like it normally does.
Straight enough. Straight enough.
Straight enough for a combat plane.
Yeah, it's pretty straight, really, for how I did it.
I don't know, since it's a combat plane, you might want the leading edge real heavy duty anyway.
How old is that kit, Sparky?
40 years old.
That's about what I figured.
What?
Great.
That's about what I figured.
Doesn't have a date on it, but I would say 40. At least, wait a minute, here's something. Well, I don't know the date, but this kit says $7.95 for 2 VooDos.
Somebody might be able to date it with that.
If the box would have been in better shape, I probably would have saved it as a collector's item. But the box is pretty rough.
That's about what I was paying, maybe a little less, 40 years ago for stuff like the Little Satan.
The Nobler kit was $7.95 40 years ago. Box 35 was $5.95. That motor I got there is about 40 years old. And I'll bet it'll run just like it did when it was new.
Is that the one you got from Jim?
Yep.
Man, I was trying to find me some Scotch-Brite. What engine do you got?
A G2135 Super Tiger.
Had a pretty good crowd of YouTube watchers when I came in earlier today, and didn't see anybody on there this time. Let me go over there and take a look.
We got 5 watchers here.
Hell, that DC 540 is coming right off just like I just sprayed it. It helps when you use the right Scotch-Brite. Hell, that's doing great. I love that stuff.
I've never tried using that for.
Well, I tell you what, it's great. You can see every bit of grain that it's filled. Not excessive rubbing. Grain that's filled. Not excessive rubbing.
Yeah, what do I know? I said, what the hell is that? It ain't no good. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. There's 8 viewers on here now. You go to At the Bench, you can get the link to come in and join us. Hell, that it ain't no good.
You looping back through? Somebody is.
There's 8 viewers on here now. You go to At the Bench, you can get the link to come in and join us. Are you Rusty?
Yeah, it was. It started by itself. Oh, the chat box is empty over here on YouTube. I don't know.
I got the chat popped out.
It's empty next to the video on YouTube. That's funny because somebody had Minnesota Mike couldn't get into the chat box last night, and I had it open with Mike Lundke in it while we were talking on the video.
I was hoping Mike Lonke would come in and give me a hand with some of this combat stuff, because I got no clue what I'm doing. I'm doing what I did 40 years ago. I gotta see if I can find my monocoat iron. Hey, it's leading edge is rock hard, like a piece of pine.
It sounds like you're using a rough grit to sand it.
80 grit, and I could use 36 on this, and it is like pine. You going to Joan All, Rusty?
Oh yeah.
I got to get the link and get my registration in.
I hope you're flying. But
Proud of that contest. That's expensive.
I got some progress to make before I can fly, but I'm made a good spurt of progress lately. I can walk without the cane a little bit now and do pretty good without wobbling around. Just got to build my stamina back up.
Let's see how much this thing weighs. It shouldn't weigh what it weighs. I bet it's 8 ounces. Nope, 4.5. This feels like a turd. It's pretty heavy. I mean, you could build that 2 ounces probably. I'll probably stay on another 10 minutes or so. I guess I won't get this finished tonight. I'll finish it up in the morning. I can't stay up like you guys can anymore.
How come?
I just get tired.
I sleep late on, I sleep late on the days after the show, on Tuesday morning, and I mean on Saturday morning, and when's the other show? Monday. Yeah, Tuesday morning. I don't have to get up early either.
I get up at 5 o'clock every day, and I like what I'm doing.
That's good.
Yeah, that makes a big difference.
Yeah, you're doing what you're good at.
I don't know about that. I'm good at being a motorcycle mechanic, but here I'm welding. No.
I'm kind of getting away from, I don't weld as much as I used to. I'm kind of getting away from all the fumes and everything that I've been subjected to all my life.
I can weld with iron and steel, but I never learned any other type of welding, just arc welding.
I'm mostly MIG welding now.
I haven't done any TIG yet. I'd like to do that.
You can gas weld, you can TIG weld.
Yeah, I can gas weld like crazy, man. I love doing that. I'd like to see,
pretty
I'd like to
joints
see if I
like that.
can lay one of them beautiful beads like I've seen from other people.
You can do that with a MIG welder.
I watch a lot of car shows when there ain't nothing on TV, which is about all the time.
So, Sparky, are you seeing a bunch of people in the YouTube chat box?
Jorge says, I see you, but can't open chat. Need to go to At the Bench. If you want to get the link, you have to go to At the Bench on Stunt Hanger. I guess I don't want to put too much work into this because it might not last very long.
Yeah. It might be a quick 3 minutes, bud. Back at it, right now, 3 minutes, that's a long time.
I think what I need to do is cut these wings out of foam.
Yep.
Hey John, if you're watching, let's make a template and cut up some VooDo wings.
Talking about John makes me think of flap horns. I got to get me some flap horns. I'm gonna start making these things. Huh?
I know somebody who sells them.
Yeah, I got some picked out there at Tom Morris.
Ready to go. Well, I know I had them.
Cool. Looking like something now.
Yeah.
Need to set the motor block on there too on the front.
Neat. where's that? I think it's 2 inches. Two inches inside. 2 inches. Yeah, don't go all the way to the end.
What are you trying to figure out?
Tip brace. Damn.
Oh. I hate it when that happens. You got it. I thought you'd flipped it over and glued it.
I did.
Got it loose though.
What's that flat earther guy's name? I forgot.
Terry.
Terry. He's got a nice VooDo.
Yeah. Yeah, he builds nice stuff. Terry Forbes. We used to have a guy named Wally that would come on the show all the time, but it's been since early this summer. Hadn't seen him around much. I hope he's all right. But he was a good guy. He could support the conversation when I didn't have to fill in the gaps.
I remember Wally.
I liked him. He was a pretty good guy. He went out to the Reno races, and I don't remember if it was Minnesota Mike or Wiley. One of them was going to get the mechanic, chief mechanic from one of those planes to come on the show, but it never happened. And then pretty soon after that, we started getting spammed, and I didn't want to invite anybody anymore like that. If I wasn't worried about getting spammed, I'd invite, some of our experts and, you know, people to come on, but I don't want to invite somebody and then have a bunch of pirates jump in and make, you know, trying to make fools out of us.
Where are we going to find experts?
Well, there's a lot of people that I'd like to invite. You know, I guess Mark Scarborough came. I don't, you know, just people that I respect when I read the forums that I think that contribute a lot. And Scarborough came in with us a couple of times, and we got a few people, other people.
He's a good trainer. Yeah, I'm probably spending too much time on this because it probably won't last long.
Yeah, that's just a habit of working on precision stunters, you know, working on minor details and doing every last little thing.
I like for it to look good.
Yeah, I do too. I put way more energy into it than I really need to and spend a lot of time building.
At least I ain't gone as crazy as, well, we're going to put a silk and dope finish on it.
No, I think monocoat's definitely your answer for the covering. You got black and white. Is that what you're going to put?
Yellow and black.
Okay.
Yeah, yellow wasn't my first choice. I wanted transparent blue, but it would have been $40 to cover it. So they had yellow on sale, so it was $20 to cover it.
I wanted to do my cardinal in chrome and cobalt blue, but I couldn't find anything like cobalt blue. And I ended up buying metallic blue, and it looks like shit in the roll. And so I hadn't taken the wrapper off. I'm going to take it to the hobby shop and see if they got anything that looks a little closer to cobalt.
I did a chrome airplane, a Cobra in chrome monocoat when I was in the Navy.
How'd the chrome look? Did it come out looking pretty nice?
It looked good, yeah.
I think chrome and cobalt blue and black would make a good color scheme. So that's what I want to do on my cardinal.
Okay, I like to be standing forever. I need, what do I need here? I'm going to need some type of lead out guide. Gotta make sure to put it on the right side too.
That's a good idea. Yeah. Jim Thomerson built one backwards by accident one time.
It's easy to do. Let's see, what do I got? I used to have plastic stuff to do it with, but
I got 4 or 5 of those things in my drawer, I believe. Sorry, I can't hand you one.
them little plastic tubes.
Oh, you mean the Nyrod covers? The yeah, I do have some of that. No, I was talking about the sliders, like the
No.
wooden and phenolic.
I need a couple plastic tubes. I guess I could get a ballpoint pen.
Yeah, that would work. or just brass. That'd be all right. Just cut you a couple of pieces of brass.
Well, I got a clunk, a stopper. I can just use that, I guess. Oh, sometimes they have a plastic tube in that.
Yeah, I guess that's for the, I don't know what the hell it's for, the Uniflow, I guess. I'm not sure. I always just toss it in the drawer. I got a few of them.
They don't
And
have one in this. Huh. But I got a couple clunk tanks down in the car, but I'm too lazy. I don't want to go down there.
the lines might saw it up. I don't think it's near as tough as that Nyrod tube.
Yeah, we might as well just go with brass, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think aluminum would be a good idea.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's this side here.
How long is that wing? About 32 inches?
36. What's that one right there?
I'm shopping for a little chop saw to do that with, that and music wire. One with a 2-inch, 2 or 3-inch blade. I found one I like, but it's got a tooth steel blade on it. So I got to make sure I can put one of those. I don't know what you call it, but it's like the Dremel cutoff wheels, that kind of material. What do you call that kind of saw blade?
A brace is just
Just a friction blade.
yeah.
And that way I don't have to use my Dremel and then cut stuff off and find out where it fell or shot off to. And that'd be small and out of the way when I'm not using it. I hadn't thought of it till I was in Bob's shop. We were working on my twister one day, and he had got it out to shorten a bolt for me, and I decided I had to have one when I saw it.
And you live by Sam Billy?
I live about an hour away from him. He lives at the coolest place, Palmetto Air Plantation, and it's every house has got its own hangar. His hangar's got 2 airplanes, a Ferrari and an Alfa Romeo in it.
I guess he's got money.
Yeah, I think he does.
I got $50.
That's more than none.
Well, that reminds me. I got to do Gene Parimba's support badge.
He's up here by me, isn't he, in North Carolina?
I don't know.
Well, I'm in South Carolina, but I think he's in, I don't know, Greensboro, or I can't remember exactly where, but I believe, if I'm thinking of this, if I'm not getting my people mixed up, I met him on either Stunt Hanger or RC groups.
Think I need any wingtip weight? It doesn't say.
Yeah, it probably will.
It does not say to add wingtip weight.
It's bound to need some just to counter the weight of the lines and the prop rotation. Not in the picture.
Very nice. Mount the engine temporarily. Nope, it don't say.
Yeah, take you some modeling clay or something out to the field and stick it on and see if it needs it. You know, if you
I
need
got
it
me
fixed.
wheel weights. I'm going to stick at least a 1/4 ounce in it. Gotta have at least a 1/4 ounce.
Ah, I see now. I was wondering about that gap between those two ribs. I was about to ask why you didn't put a solid or a wide rib in there, but now I see.
Oh yeah.
What kind of tank did you say you were going to use?
I'm going to use a pacifier if I can find one.
Okay. I thought I'd heard you say you weren't going to run it on a bladder.
Oh, yeah. I got 8/8 props coming. Couldn't find any tornadoes or tornadoes or whatever.
Yeah.
So I ordered APCs, 8/8.
I got some old tornadoes and maybe one in that size, but I wouldn't trust it. I don't think it would be safe. You were with us on the show the other night when we were talking about that, those yellow ones.
Oh, I know all about them. I flipped their blades off. Yeah, it should be fun. I haven't had one of these in 40 years.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be fun as hell. That's a blast.
I'll have 2 of them.
What kind of engine you going to put on the other one?
E2135.
You already got one for it?
Yep, had to buy another one. It was so nice of him to give me that motor. But I've had a lot of people give me motors, you know, as long as I build airplanes. I'm looking at 2 Super Tiger 60s over there. A G2146. I got, I don't know, 10 McCoys.
Just about all the motors I used were given to me. Saved me from having to break them in.
Well, if it hadn't been for my 2 coaches and my flying buddy, I wouldn't have got back in it like I did. I'm real grateful to have them.
Yeah, there's a lot of people I'm grateful for in this hobby. It's been the most giving group of people I've ever been associated with.
Yeah, but they're the cheapest SOB.
Yeah, that's all right.
Control line people are cheap.
I try to pass it forward.
You look at the new shirt design?
Oh,
Yeah, I bought a long sleeve red one. I thought it was a Mustang, but it's
brought that up. How much are them shirts?
It's a P48.
P-47.
Before, okay, I get those mixed up. I know the difference in the planes. I just get the numbers mixed up.
Yeah, man. That's just one number off, and you just got
Yeah.
everything all messed up.
One's
Yeah,
a lightning, one's a thunderbolt.
P-38 is a Lightning. P-39 is a Black Widow. P-40 is a Thunderbolt.
P-40.
Do you have a P-40 Thunderbolt shirt?
No, P-47 is a Thunderbolt. P-40 is the Warhawk.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what. Do you have a P-40 Warhawk?
No,
Not in a t-shirt. Not a P-40.
Yeah.
I like that long sleeve shirt though. I hope it comes soon. I like the red too. I already had one of the regular short sleeve blue ones, so I didn't want to get another one of them.
well, I put up a new batch. There's even women's shirts up there. In case the lady
I like
wants
the hoodie too, but I would want one that zipped all the way down instead of having to pull over.
one.
Mess up my hairdo.
Oh.
Well, we just about got the VooDo built one night. I'm out of gas.
Okay. It's looking like an airplane.
Yeah. Took about 3 hours. I'll have it done tomorrow.
You're gonna be streaming tomorrow?
When I was a kid, if I wanted to fly this airplane tomorrow, you can best bet we'd be flying it.
Yeah. There are plenty of people that have put them together overnight in a rush and gone out and flown them the next day. Paint might be sloughing off, but what the hell?
Yeah, damn Android.
Well, here's my paint for this one.
Yep.
Sweet.
Is that Cub yellow?
I don't know what it is. It's
On the tip end.
I don't think I've ever seen you iron before.
it just says yellow.
Uh.
Well, I'll tell you what. When this is done, I'll show you. It'll be perfect.
Yeah, you can do nice looking monocoat jobs. I mean, if you put your mind to it, they come out really nice looking.
The best monocoater is Lewis Rankin.
Dane Martin's pretty damn good at it. I'm pretty good at it too, but I don't do anything but wings. I never put it on a fuselage or anything else. I always paint that stuff.
Lewis Rankin put it on his Junar, his mini Junar, or a Geo, mini Geo, and you can't tell, you can't see a seam. You'd think it was painted. The fuselage side is done in one piece. The wing, I mean, he's great.
Yeah.
A lot of work to do that, though.
Yeah, my coach Larry Lindbergh, man, he's good at it.
I know Larry Lindbergh.
Yeah. He's only about an hour and a half from me, north of me.
I've known Larry 25 years.
Yeah, in fact, we just went to a swap meet a couple weekends ago. We got another one coming up here in February. I think next week, I think.
You driving back to Dayton tomorrow?
What?
Driving back to Dayton tomorrow?
No. I'm going to do some work in the shop for a week. I'm so far behind. I mean, I got to get some shit done.
I bet you're behind.
I didn't bring my stunt plane. I figured that I brought my Nobler back. Was going to do the trim on the Nobler tomorrow and finish this airplane. If I can get 2 of these built and my trim finished and the clear on my Nobler, I'm in good shape.
What are you gonna be flying if this spring if you come to Junal. You gonna bring the Junar again?
Either Junar or the Monado. I might sell that Monado. It has a beautiful finish on it. I don't really care for how it flies. Flies good, but you know, I like a little more response. It's basically a copy of my Continental XL, if you remember that airplane.
I do.
Yep.
Same numbers. I guess I could do the operation on it and put a PA-75 in it.
Yeah, I did one of them. I just did an engine modification. Got done with putting a heavier motor, you know, bigger motor on my first B40 I built. That's quite a bit of job. Refinish everything.
Well, if you got to add nose weight, you might as well add it in engine displacement.
Yeah, actually, I was able to take that engine and go out 3/4 of an inch, and boy, that made a big difference. Big difference.
Yeah, I like to add it in some kind of functional manner rather than just a hunk of lead.
A hunk of lead.
Yeah.
An ingot.
An ingot, yeah. The Ingot Air Force.
Yeah, just call me King Ingot.
Kingut for short. Tom Kingut Creasy.
Yeah. Ingot man. Be like, hey, you want me to build you an airplane? Hell no.
Take a hunk of lead and whittle everything off. It doesn't look like an airplane.
Yep. Yeah, can't get the plane too hot and lead will start melting. Gotta get it out of the tarmac. Get the shade. Get underneath the shade.
Nostalgia Combat.
How you gonna hinge that thing?
Got piece of wire that goes through this right here.
Yeah.
Then it goes into like a little groove, and then it gets reinforcing tape over the top of it.
Oh yeah. Okay. I put a piece of wire through it and hinged it onto a tiny piece of carbon fiber tube that was epoxied to the lead edge of the stabilator, and that worked pretty good.
I mean, I could bush that and do a lot of shit. I don't want to get too, like I say, it probably won't last long anyway.
Yeah. No need to get too fancy with it.
Like nothing like, you know, it probably won't last 200 flights, so. Might not last past the first flight.
Well, be sure and get a camera on it then.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I gotta go to bed.
All right.
I'm dead.
All right, Sparky.
Okay.
Well, viewers, 60-foot shot. No, it should fly 100 miles an hour, Mike. Minnesota Mike says 60-foot line should fly 80 miles an hour. No, it should fly over 100 with this motor.
What would your lap times be?
Fast.
Go to the lap time calculator online.
I might have to go find some young kid to go do the combat flying.
You can fly a combat plane if you're a creaky old man. You just stand there and do lazy eights real fast.
Lay on your back and do overhead eights.
I always thought maybe if I fell down, I could fly it out doing that.
I
overhead.
did. I used to lay down and I'll probably try it at Brodax again.
Yeah, might as well. If you're going to do something like that, that's the place to do it for all the world to see.
Yeah, right on the world center stage. You
Yeah.
bet.
Were you at Brodax? Either one of you?
I've
Boy,
never been. I can't go.
I want to. I really want to, but
Yeah, I got too many logistics problems to get up there.
maybe I need to start me a GoFundMe page.
Well, I'd suggest you go at least once because it's as good as Joe Knoll. Only Joe Knoll, there's more people, but those are mostly RC guys.
Yeah,
There's
I
more
love-
control liners at Brodax than there is at the Nats.
yeah. I'd love to go to Brodax, but with dialysis and everything, there's no way. The logistics just wouldn't work for me.
I can bring my hammers.
If I didn't have to sleep somewhere in lodging and didn't have to eat, I'd go.
Well, do like I used to do at Brodax, stay in the garage.
Well, you're famous though. You get to do things like that.
Famous and eccentric.
Yeah, that's right.
John wouldn't say nothing.
I'm the kind of guy that you look at and go, "Who in the hell are you?"
Well, I'm gonna click out of here.
All right. I appreciate everybody watching.
Yeah, sure thing.
Check out the t-shirt shop, like, subscribe, share. And until tomorrow, fair winds, tight lines.
See ya.
See ya.